Minnesota politics is entering turbulent territory. As a massive fraud scandal rocks the state, one image is now drawing national attention. Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan and Democratic candidate for the U.S. Senate appearing on a Somali television station wearing a hijab inside a Minnesota mall. Looking straight into the camera, Flanagan declares the Somali community is part of the fabric of the state of Minnesota.
Assalamu alaikum. My name's Peggy Flanagan. I am the Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota, and I'm really honored and humbled to be here with all of you today. I am incredibly clear that the Somali community is part of the fabric of the state of Minnesota. I think about my friendship with Nimco. We've been friends for almost 25 years. And when I think of being part of Minnesota and growing up here, the Somali community has always been a part of my Minnesota. So I want to just encourage the community to know that we're with you. We've got your back. I am here shopping today, and just encourage other folks to show up, support our Somali businesses, support our immigrant neighbors. And I know that things are scary right now. And just know that there are more people who are looking out for you. There are more people who are here to support you than you know. I will continue to stand with the Somali community to be with you and to do all I can to return the friendship and community that the Somali community has shown me. Thank you so much.
For many Muslim women, the hijab is a religious symbol, worn as an act of faith, modesty, and obedience to God. Flanagan, however, has previously said she is Catholic, and her campaign website states that her views on immigration are grounded in that Catholic faith. The moment comes as Flanagan battles two Democratic rivals in a primary race to replace outgoing Senator Tina Smith, with Senator Amy Klobuchar holding Minnesota's other Senate seat. But critics say the timing is no coincidence. Minnesota Republican Congressman and House Whip Tom Emmer calls it a stunt, saying Flanagan and Representative Angie Craig are competing to win over the far-left base in the Twin Cities. Anyone with common sense sees right through this, Emmer told Fox News Digital. The backdrop to this political moment is one of the largest fraud cases in American history. In 2022, federal prosecutors began investigating a nonprofit called Feeding Our Future. What they uncovered shocked the nation. More than $250 million in fraudulent pandemic relief claims, 78 people charged, and prosecutors say the total scheme may reach $9 billion. Many of those charged come from Minnesota's Somali community. More than 400 state employees later spoke out, accusing Governor Walz of ignoring warning signs and retaliating against whistleblowers who tried to sound the alarm. Governor Walz has acknowledged failures, telling the New York Times the programs may have been overly generous.
This is what happens when your own federal government wages war against you. This is what happens when they target communities for their own benefit. This is what happens when they scapegoat. And this is what happens when they no longer hide the idea of white supremacy, when you hear the Vice President of the United States talk about now white people won't have to apologize for being white. That's never happened once in my whole damn life. And I think everybody in this room knows what they're doing. So we're here today to say enough of this. We're here today to stand that Minnesota will protect their neighbors, to tell those folks who are out there who are too scared to send your children to school, who are too scared to visit a local business, who are too worried about maybe picking up extra food during the holidays at the food banks. We will do all we can to make those corridors safe for you, to make sure you're able to do what you need to do. We hear rumors, we hear suggestions of things, because that's how they operate. That there will be an increased presence. I would tell you, if I were a betting person, they will do it over these holiday seasons because it makes it especially cruel. It makes it especially mean-spirited. It makes it especially traumatizing for communities that wish to gather and to celebrate in their faith on these most important of the high holidays in all of our faiths. So I would fully expect, and we are preparing for, an influx of more agents, more of the very visible public theatrics of the raids, of the harassments, and you got faith leaders here. I would not put it past this administration to target midnight mass services amongst folks going to worship, because that's who they are.
Still, the fallout continues. The House Oversight Committee has now launched a formal investigation into Waltz's handling of the relief program. Chairman Comer warns the consequences reach every Minnesotan. He plans to subpoena records and testimony, setting the stage for what could become a blockbuster congressional hearing. And the political response has gone even higher. President Trump moved swiftly. In November, he terminated deportation protections for Somali nationals in Minnesota, effective immediately, posting bluntly on Truth Social, "Send them back to where they came from. It's over."
I've also announced a permanent pause on third world migration, including from hellholes like Afghanistan, Haiti, Somalia, and many other countries. I didn't say shithole, you did. Remember I said that to the senators they came in, the Democrats. They wanted to be bipartisan. So they came in and they said, this is totally off the record. Nothing mentioned here. We want to be honest because our country was going to hell. And we had a meeting. And I say, why is it we only take people from shithole countries, right? Why can't we have some people from Norway, Sweden, just a few? Let us have a few. From Denmark, do you mind sending us a few people? Send us some nice people, do you mind? But we always take people from Somalia, places that are a disaster, right? Filthy, dirty, disgusting, ridden with crime. The only thing they're good at is going after ships. But they don't go after our ships. You know why? Because that same missile that knocks the crap out of them, that with the drug dealers from Venezuela and others,